Alright, my internet decided to die and I had to restart my internet connection again. Yippee. Sorry about that. I'm waiting to see if people start joining again. Because I was not expecting it to just die like that. So I'm gonna wait. There they go. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. My internet crashed. Okay, so. You hear rushed footsteps from behind. Or you can hear, rather. Anyway. Manager! I arrived just on time, right? The time is... only about 1 minute late. Well, I guess it still counts as on time. Congratulations on joining Lobotomy Corporation, Manager. I do not want to disturb this touching moment, Malkuth, but every second counts in Lobotomy Corporation. Please make your introduction as brief as possible and go prepare for the meeting. Seems Miss Angela isn't in a good mood today. But hey, at least the other Sephiroth are looking forward to meeting you. Well, maybe not all of them. Oh, where are my manners? My name is Malkuth. I'm in charge of the control team. Since we're the control team, we have a great deal of responsibility. I'll try my best to help you by improving the basic functionalities of this facility, Manager. I'm sure you're a bit nervous right now. It takes a bit of time to get used to things around here. I know from experience. But don't worry, I'll be here to help you. I am, not exactly the best at everything. I used to be a problem sufferer, you know? I would sew buttons onto a shirt in the wrong direction, or add salt instead of sugar to food. But still, you can do it, just like I managed to. I'm sure you will succeed, Manager. I'll give you an easy task, since it's your first day here. I wish you the best of luck. Door's stuck! I can't take it anymore. Manager, you're in there, right? I have to get out of here. Please. I know you're capable of it. You're the manager. You're not the same as the rest of us. You can do anything. Why do you want to quit? Don't you like working here in the control team? Every day here is a delight for me. It's so horrible. I can't take it anymore. I'll go insane. Nothing here is normal. Do you really think you can't handle it? Please. I don't want to be here. Let me out of here, please. Manager, even though you're the head of this facility, that employee belongs to my department. So I believe I can take care of this. Let me handle this, please. I'll let her handle it. Thanks for acknowledging my position. Please don't be alarmed. These kinds of things happen quite often. Oh, right. It must be the first time you've seen something like this. Usually, Miss Angela or I handle this kind of stuff. It's just a tiny hiccup. Nothing for you to worry about. No, please, Manager. Please. Oh. That employee got murdered by something. Good thing we don't have to deal with that one yet. Oh, Basil! There you go. Oop. Oh, A silent abnormality that understands the conflict between good and evil. Its empty eye sockets... Its empty eye sockets stare at all those who encounter it. A giant skull that is attached to a cross. It wears a crown of thorns. It floats about 2 meters above the ground. O0303 will restore the employee's mental state when the work result is good. Rin, who received the... Oh, I can't make this any bigger. The benediction? Is that it? Of course I can't see it on stream. Alright. Commented that it felt refreshing. At times, O0303 will menacingly click its teeth. But it's nothing to worry about. Although O0303 has no eyes, it recognizes the presence of Basil in the room. Basil has completed the task, but O0303 was indifferent. Only those who deceive themselves can live truly happy lives. Ignorance is bliss. Cool. After the maximum number of PE box was produced with O0303, it restored the mental health of every employee in the department. Depending on the situation, one sin and hundreds of good deeds may have a positive effect on... The sins of Basil shall reach one sin and hundreds of good deeds soon. Although one sin and hundreds of good deeds has no eyes, it recognizes the presence of Basil in the room. Basil has completed the task, but one sin and hundreds of good deeds was indifferent. Okay, we've already read that flavor text. We've already read most of the flavor text. Is that what you say every single time someone completes work on you? It may be best to send an honest employee to tend to one sin and hundreds of good deeds. Floats gently in the air, moving sluggishly. One sin and hundreds of good deeds as your punisher? Complete the task. What was... One sin, hundreds of good deeds was indifferent. More insight. Ooh, we've unlocked the story. But I want to wait until I can get the escape information before I read it. Will menacingly click its teeth, nothing to worry about. Basil watches the solemnity of one sin and hundreds of good deeds and reveres it. Is it not possible to just once forgive an act of evil, as long as the intentions behind it were pure? I don't know. Abnormality records. A silent abnormality that understands the conflict between good and evil. Its empty eye sockets stare at all those who encounter it. A giant skull that is attached to a cross. It wears a crown of thorns. It floats about 2 meters above the ground. While its appearance is bizarre, it is rare to record an incident of violence against employees involving this abnormality. It feeds on the evil that seeps out during conversations between people. The assigned employee must kneel before it, standing appears to be acceptable, and present their evil by confessing their sins to it. The way it feeds is unknown. Excerpt from experiment records. We have catalogued the sins of a person can commit to 3 levels. Level 1. A small lie or action that either goes unnoticed or can be shared in jest. Level 2. Sins that are more serious and only shared with the closest of friends. Level 3. Sins so profound that they cannot be shared with anyone. These will be taken to the grave. Employee, redacted, had been assigned to confess a level 1 sin. Energy production via the abnormality increased by 12%. Employee, redacted, was assigned to confess a level 2 sin. Energy production via the abnormality was increased by 15%. We assigned employee, redacted, to confess a level 3 sin. 1 minute and 48 seconds after the employee was sent in, a bright flash of light was seen. The light was so bright that it could be seen outside the containment unit. Immediately following the light, there was a facility-wide power outage. The phenomena lasted for 2 hours. Employee, redacted, lost 6 years of their memory. Further experiments were cancelled. Scientific ethics decree that all footage of those who participated in the experiment is to be kept sealed. However, the incident left us no choice but to review the footage of the containment unit. Employee, redacted. This happened during redacted, at around 4 p.m. Anyways, there was a railway about 20 minutes from my house. Some of my good friends and I decided to dress as forest animals. One of us chose to go as a deer. It was a crude costume. It could hardly be called one, to be honest. Just a pair of clumsily made antlers and a dark outfit with some deer-like spots on it. Omitted. I didn't know our deer friend wandered into the woods. We didn't even notice he was missing for maybe an hour. We searched for him and finally found him in some bushes. We called out his name. I'm not sure if it was from relief of finally finding us or what, but he started sprinting towards us. That's when we heard it. The gunshots. Bang, bang, bang. When I came to my senses, I saw his blood splattered all the way to my feet. After that, not one of us dressed up as an animal ever again. That's all. By the way, is this really supposed to work? Observation log 4_435. Its eye sockets are empty. It's a skull after all, but I doubt it's blind. It certainly has its gaze fixed on me. I can somehow feel that it's listening to me. Confessing to it does lighten my heart, admittedly. Afterwards, we investigated the incident in the employee's hometown to get a better picture. We learned that a boy named Justin was shot and killed in a deer costume by hunters during hunting season. Unlike the employee's confession, Justin was repeatedly bullied by other kids. Witnesses said they heard the kids shout, "Run, Justin, run," before the gunshot. After the incident, the kids at the scene moved out of town, and deer hunting was banned in the area. Excerpt from Abnormality Research Log, X-392. Honestly, you can't expect all of our employees to give out honest confessions to that skull. Around every 1 in 10 employees will tend to say something that is not completely true. It's a bit different from a lie. You can say that it's a subconscious excuse they make. They distort perspectives to justify their actions, even though they are aware that they should be telling the truth. Once this happens, the confession is no longer truly a confession. Yes, I am talking about you trying to justify your tardiness for 5 minutes now. Alright. So D-class personnel then was who they sent to research on it. That seems about right. Alright. Everything will be peaceful while you're under the fairy's care. She was so talkative before, yet in the end, loneliness was the only listener. Somewhere in the distance, you can hear seagulls. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. My mommy told me to choose the very best one, and you are not it. Alright, guess it's her. Face the fear, build the future. That is the motto of our founder, the one whom we refer to as A. Tell me, if you had to choose one, what part of the motto do you prefer? Face the fear, build the future. Face the fear. We are the first humans of this world to discover abnormalities. Of course, with the exclusion of myself, as I do not exactly belong to humanity. How should I put it? We are pioneering an entirely new world in a brand new field of study. The discoveries we have made thus far are merely the tip of the iceberg. Abnormalities have been among us since the beginning. However, we have only just found their essence, their strange nature. We confronted them for the first time, and we faced fear itself. They were fundamentally an incarnation of fear. There was a bit of confusion last time, wasn't there? Usually, I am in charge of the security of your office. However, it seems that I failed to pay close enough attention to the Sephira meeting room. I heard that a control team employee has resigned from the corporation. Good job. You do know what it means to resign here in the company, don't you? I'll take that as a no. I do sometimes miscalculate what information I should deliver to you and what I shouldn't. Some aspects of our company that I consider natural and obvious may come as quite a shock to you. We have a variety of roles here. It's like a well-structured play. Every actor has a role, and they must be faithful to their part without any error, synergizing with each other. Now imagine that one of the actors decides to leave the stage because they didn't like their role. The actor should have played their predetermined part at the predetermined timing before making their exit stage left. But to leave the stage without fulfilling their part means that the life of the role and its actor are finished. That is what we mean when we say someone resigns. Great job, manager! You did exactly what I asked of you. I knew you could do it. You'll never guess how much I rooted for you back there. As for me, the day went alright. We covered a joint emergency protocol drill for my team. Not a single dropout or injury. Everyone did a good job. Not to say it was perfect, though. By the way, manager, have you seen something creepier than the abnormalities? Those entities that wander the facility, unable to be contained, and sometimes they manifest themselves in the corridors. The drills do no good when you encounter them, since we don't have enough data on them, so we always have to stay alert. No matter how meticulous our plan is, we can't control the unknown. Sometimes, when I encounter them, I get a strange feeling. It's not like fear or anything. Some other sensation. Strange, isn't it? I feel nauseous. Like something within me is palpitating out of control, and it feels like I am no longer myself. How could I describe it? It's like something's wriggling inside of me. Little by little. Alright. Cool. Ah, my ears. I genuinely have no idea how loud it is for you guys, by the way, because I can't hear it. Alright, time for a new agent. Aww. I like Galena. You're hired. Welcome. Begin management. It's Grandma! I hope I made the right choice by picking an attachment. Unable to bear the stories, 00112 recounts the floor and walls of the containment unit have cracked here and there. Alright. An old curse permeates 00112's tales. You good, Grammy? 00112 doesn't need to look at Basil. They'll look at her once she begins storytelling anyhow. Basil leaves the unit after finishing up their work. The solitude that replaces their presence will be filled with 00112 stories. When an abnormality other than 00112 was worked with, the Quillfoth counter lowered. When the Quillfoth counter dropped below 0, black shapes formed inside the containment unit. We decided to dub these shapes Solitude, based on the condition in which they form. When the Solitude piled up, it stuck to May when they entered the containment unit. Brooke had to deal with continuous white damage until the Solitude eventually fell off. Until it was gone, they could not move or do any work. Alright, Grammy. Time for some attachment. You too, Galena. Inside of old lady's unit, a suffocating silence draws near. An old curse permeates old lady's tales. We already know that. I remember when a girl crashed the dam. Doesn't need to look at Basil. Alright. Escape information. Non-escaping entity. Ego gift. Inquisition probability 8%. Solitude, I. Work success rate +3. Work speed +3. Ooh. Go get attached to Grammy. Galena, go work on repression with the eye socket thing. Skull bro. Unable to bear the stories. We already know that. Old curse. Conversation is meaningless to old lady. All she needs is an audience. Basil. Another good result. Basic information. Oh. What a wonderful picture of grandma that is. We've already read that. Her stories are poisonous things. They infiltrate all those who surround and listen, leading them into an unbearable world. Huh? Before Old Lady's ever-winding story began, Basil managed to finish their work quickly to get out of there safely. Ah. Alright. Attachment Basil. Insight Galena. Tablet, why are you getting notifications now? Already read that. Her numerous stories once fascinated people, but after a long time, a curse has seeped into her tales. Poor Grandma. So attachment is the way to go. Oh, her story's really short. An abnormality taking the form of an old and feeble woman. Anytime someone enters its containment unit, it will talk to that person. What it tells differs from time to time. However, it will always commence with, "Dearie, dearie, would you like to hear a story?" This story could be a lullaby, an unspecified poem, a nursery rhyme, a common children's story, or something entirely new. It knows every children's story and will not stop recounting until the listener finally leaves. Excerpt from counseling records. She may be the loneliest of all the abnormalities. She's filled with loneliness, and tells her tales to fill that void. Well, every story needs a listener. When someone enters her room, she'll try to fill that void. Of course, listening to her is a very dangerous thing. She knows every story on Earth, and even those that cannot possibly exist. Our minds can't cope with such a thing. She could fry your brain in an instant. She's a grandma! I'll listen to her brain-frying story. She's grandma! Alright. Proceeding to the next day. Updating Sephiroth protocols. Whee! Day 3! Dude, your little angel is gnawing on her colleague's finger. I am coming to you. You, who will be reduced to ash like me. Somewhere in the distance, you can hear seagulls. Seagulls. Greetings, manager. It marks 3 days now that you have worked here. The number 3 is a mysterious one. In age-old fables, it is common for a mysterious entity to appear and tell the protagonist to utter 3 wishes. Sadly, I am not a mage or billionaire that can grant your wishes. However, I do happen to know that your predecessors wished for. There were many aspirations. Common among them was the seeking of some kind of growth. To lead the company to prosperity, to achieve spiritual maturity, you name it. Each had wanted to flower in a different way. Which of those 2 would you want? I wish to mature my spirit. Come to think of it, there was another manager who gave me such an answer. As you know, spiritual is a rather obsolete term in today's world. So I asked them for the definition of spirit. Then that manager told me. Well, I unfortunately do not recall the details of that conversation. Even an AI cannot store every bit of data. Unnecessary information should be deleted for smooth operation. So you may be asking yourself if your predecessors managed to fulfill their wish. I suppose that what happened to the others is not important after all. I do promise to cheer you on for the journey to your final goal, though. Ugh. You did it again, and you did it flawlessly too. I myself have a lot of work to do. Alright, anyway. If you look at my notebook, My to-do list is always so full. But I know I can get through it. I should do my best, like I always have. I know I'm slower than the others. I always have to check my list, or I'll miss something important. That's why I have this notebook with me at all times. Can't leave any mistakes, you know. I have been carrying it for so long that it's almost worn out. I'm just going to say it before she gets into the heavy lore. Buys. Anyway. It's been with me ever since I began working here as the Sephira of the control team. I know Lady Angela worries about me from time to time, but I've got everything under control. I feel like this is the kind of life I've been yearning for ever since a long, long time ago. Maybe even before I was capable of thinking. It feels as if I've wished for the same thing before, in some other place that wasn't the control team. Malkuth, please finish the report I requested by the end of today. Sure thing, boss. I've got it right here on my list. I'll have it turned in by the end of the day. Well, I should get going now. It is a pleasure talking to you, Manager. The AIs here, they're all unstable, with the exception of me. It is especially bad for Malkuth. You've noticed, haven't you? I can't complain, though. It only makes it easier for me to control her. Yeesh. Complete 8 work processes in containment units under Clip-Clop. Ugh. Checking power grid. Designating all employees. Synchronization complete. Joint command. Confirm. Fire! Welcome to the team, Hunter! Alright. Attachment? Galena. Instinct with once in hundreds of good deeds. Hunter. And insight with instinct with Basil. Alright. Move out. These are some weird looking shrimp. Woo! That's all guidelines. Oh no, Grandma! She and Galena are not getting along. Oops. There's a rumor floating about that people have been abducted onto a fishing boat after drinking an open can of grape-flavored soda. Oh no. Is it grape-flavored? Okay. It was not grape. Upon completion of the work process, a canned beverage is discharged from the vending machine. The type of beverage that is emitted seems to vary in correlation with the work type. Test result W1. A red drink is emitted. The employee who ingested the beverage said it had a distinctive aroma and sweetness, and expressed feeling a feeling of heightened energy following the test. Following the test, the physical health of the subject was confirmed. Was confirmed to be what? Was confirmed to be what? Test result W2. A blue drink can is admitted. It contains an odorless liquid that is highly carbonated. It has been found to be effective in restoring mental strength. Galena! You got the glasses! You go do instinct. You go do insight. And you go do instinct. Old lady's rocking chair, which sits atop an unnaturally mold-covered floor, creaks. The vending machine overwhelms Basil with its shiny neon lighting. Shrimp are delicious no matter how you cook them. Boil them, fry them, whatever. Abducted onto a fishing boat after drinking an open can of grape-flavored soda. Oh dear. Okay. It's red. So we're still safe. W3. W4. A purple drink can is admitted. Its appearance, composition, and taste are exactly the same as other grape-flavored carbonated beverages. It has been found that the physical fortitude and mental strength of the ingester both recovered. When the work result with F0552 is bad, do not take any drink provided by the vending machine. Why? Oh no, Grandma! Alright, you Grandma. You instinct. And then you repression. Hurry! 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 Alright. Alright, now the skull's underneath. Clofoth. You're really missing out on a life where you never tried shrimp. If you've never tried shrimp. Huh? Oh. Allow me to just... There we go. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Ah! Ah! Skullbro! Oh no. I don't think Galena's gonna get there in time. Okay, she did. We're good. Give me that suit. I understand that the workday is complete, but I need to get this stuff. Right, more red. Right, all that. And then... do more repression. And then more... instinct. Uh-oh. Right. So then... Galena? Alright. Instinct, you. Insight, you. Escape information. And opened can of well cheers. Well, time to read the story behind the opened can of well cheers then. Employees' records. Source unknown. Hey, have you guys ever been to one of those lobotomy meetups? Mind you, it took a lot of courage for me to bring this up again. You see, there's a bunch of clubs in this company where employees gather up. I once attended some kind of ping-pong group event, but there weren't any girls there, so I pulled out real quick, lol. So like one day I saw this announcement for some weird get-together on one of the corp message board. I got interested, so I called up the group leader and he introduced himself as Redacted from Safety. I asked if there were any girls in the group, and he told me there were a ton of female employees. Now that got me super interested. I should probably be talking in a more sleazy setting voice, shouldn't I? I can't think of one. So you get an old man instead! Then that got me super interested, so I signed up right away for the upcoming meeting. So I showed up, got a name tag like everyone else. I don't remember everything, but I think I saw like 3 people from training and 2 from information. Maybe
About maybe half an hour later, the leader brought in dozens of cans of wheelchairs on a tray and gave one to each of us. I should have realized something was wrong because the can was already open. But I'm a sucker for soda, and I just gulped the damn thing down my throat the minute he passed me a can, Lamau! Now, the leader told us it's time to move. He said he got a van rented for us. We all thought he was an awesome guy for that. I hopped in the van with 2 employees from the Horde and 1 guy from the same department as me. Leader said it was gonna take about an hour drive so we could just nap if we wanted. So we did. Weird thing was though, I went to sleep like real fast. Like the moment I shut my eyes, I was out like a light. I was out for a light, yeah. I have insomnia, but for whatever reason, I fell asleep so fast then. Oh, that was my big mistake. Anyways, I was sound asleep, but then I heard seagulls, and I was like, what the fuck? Seagulls? Yeah, at first I thought it was someone's phone alarm. But then I heard waves crashing, and I was like, man, this is way too real for a phone alarm. So I opened my eyes to find myself lying on a deck. I was on a goddamn book, LMFAO. An actual real-life boat. I can't keep doing this voice. I knew I was screwed the moment I saw shrimp hopping around. Sent chills down my spine. I wanted to believe it was all a dream, but I swear that shrimp's realistic flopping was a sobering sight. The realization crushed me like a hammer. And I was surrounded by people who looked like they were the crew. They were all beefed up. It felt like they'd put me back to sleep with force if I said something wrong. One slip and I'd be swimming with sharks. The crew was something around 10 people, including the captain, boatswain, cook, and all that. They all chuckled at me while I was spacing out. The guy who looked like the captain walked towards me and asked me about my height and weight. I asked him when the ship goes to port. He told me it'd be about a month, but that I shouldn't try and run away or anything, because they already made a deal with my people. I had no damn idea who my people were, but I was too scared to ask. Then the other crew members called me over for lunch. They were making instant ramen, putting shrimp, crabs, clams, and all sorts of other stuff in it. They told me to stop acting like I was about to jump into the sea and to try the ramen. I said no at first, but they laughed at me again, saying there weren't any sleeping pills or stuff like that in it, and gave me some anyway. A man's gotta live, so I ate it. It tasted better than I expected it to. As soon as we finished lunch, they told me they were going to teach me how to adjust the ropes. I pretty much gave up at that point. I simply answered, sure. All I could see anyways were these little islands that no one would have a chance at surviving on. For a month I learned how to pull up fish traps, fill bait boxes, repair fishing nets, cook some ramen, get coffee, and all sorts of stuff. I kept getting better, and I got to a point where I could prepare mackerel sashimi and fish stew for the crew. Everyone complimented it. Said I could open a restaurant with that stew. Later on, we went through a couple of typhoons. Them and I started forming some kind of bond, a companionship. Whales were becoming a common sight at that point. 2 weeks in, the captain told me I was pretty good and asked me if I was interested in officially joining the crew. When I thought about it, I would have been fired from the corporation anyway, so this seemed like a legit opportunity to make a living. This was the first time I ever got a compliment, after all. What am I doing now? Well, I've been promoted and now I'm living fine. I found true happiness in cracking open a cold one after a hard day's work, covered in seawater and sweat. I'm at the port now, but we gotta take off soon to catch some more shrimp. Never know what your future holds, Rose. Sometimes I think about those other folk who were at the meetup that day. Not that I really want to snoop around to find out, though. I just try to keep a positive mind. I want to say they're hopefully doing as doing good just like me. Oh, it's time to sail out. See you guys. This is the one abnormality where when you get killed, quote unquote, by it, you don't die. You just go somewhere else that isn't the Lobotomy Corporation. So you go somewhere else that isn't terrible.
How nice. Attachment? No, insight. No. Alright, you insight him. You attachment her. You insight him. No. Instinct him. Grandma, no! Uh-oh. Alright, we've already got someone heading over to the open can of well cheers. So that's fine. And now... repression. You insight, attachment, you. Instinct, you. Delicious no matter how you cook them. Rumor says that you might get one of your organs removed after drinking an open can of grape-flavored soda. Right, so. You over here. Attachment. Repression. Instinct from you. And then more repression from you. Or I'm gonna need to keep an eye on Grandma. Upbeat music can be heard, emitted from... Okay. Emitted from the vending machine. Be willing to bear pain as part of atonement? Is that what that said?
Keeping an eye on Grandma. Hey, Creamy. Time for some instinct. To be willing to bear pain is half the atonement. Huh. I didn't see that flavor text before. The stillness that encroaches upon the room is broken by the horrible creaking of the rocking chair. Oh no. Basil has finished the designated work. They scamper out of Old Lady's containment unit quickly. Instinct, you. Insight, you. Insight, attachment, instinct, you. Wait. Let me keep an eye on... You're not gonna get there in time. Don't go. Nope. Okay. Alright. So now... The satisfaction is only temporary, though. Now everything will be just fine. The betrayed heart sank into the depths, slowly forgotten in the ever-lengthening corridors of time. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. My mommy told me to choose the very best one, and you are not it. Alright. Part time. Do you take pride in what you do here? If not, this recent news will likely change your mind. After your arrival, the rate of energy output has increased by 13%. If you still don't feel the significance of this figure, then let me add that it's a record-breaking percentage. How do you feel? I can take pride in that. Ever since you began working here, the company has been taking strides in improvement. This means you are performing your role well. This shows that there should only be good news to come. A machine such as myself doesn't flatter easily. It's good to know that you are happy with your work. I remember your face the very first time you came here. You were so withdrawn. Face all gray and grim. And you were all nervous about my presence.
Don't worry. It's okay for you to be happy now. Today's a rather special day. Do you see that bottle of champagne on the table? Allow me to pour you a glass. Shall we toast? Ah, today's occasion is not something as monumental as someone's birthday, or the company's day of founding. You lost an employee for the first time yesterday.
What?
In fact, many more shall follow. I am telling you this just in case you were unexpectedly shocked by the news. They had known the risks from the beginning. The company grows, fertilized by their sacrifices. It's as simple as that. I am sure they would have felt proud of themselves as they took their final breath. Accepting their deaths with equanimity would be the greatest respect you can pay them. That is why I popped this bottle of champagne I've kept for so long. Three cheers for the deceased, in memoriam of their noble sacrifices.
I'll drink the champagne.
Allow me to give you a small bit of advice. To properly drink a glass of champagne, one should gently hold the lower stem of the glass, and then take it in lightly, savoring the bubbles. Perfect. Just like that.
We need to be honest here, Malkuth. You simply cannot suppress the ordeals with the employees you currently have at your disposal. Trust me, I'm the head of the information team. Even if your team were to suppress the ordeals on their own, there's too great a risk of extreme mental damage to your employees.
But yes, Ed. We only need to consider the mortality rate of the agents and the possibility of the abnormalities breaching. Malkuth, Lady Angela said that one crazy employee will kill 10 others. I am the Sephira of the control team. I may make outrageous mistakes in all other aspects, but this role I know better than anyone else. I know how to handle employees on the verge of insanity. I even wrote down a code of conduct for it. Honestly, it feels like I'm the only one who follows the guide. Am I wrong? Please tell me if you happen to need it. I can always share a copy with you. I'm fine. But that code of yours... I do not need weak employees in my department. Weakness means elimination. The depth of your place in my department. To work for the control team, the department that leads the corporation, signifies that you should be more capable than everyone else. Manager, please say something to them. You've been watching what's happened to those weak-willed employees from the comfort of your office, haven't you? Can any one of you guys say something? Well, thanks so much for visiting me. It's made me so happy. We should meet up again sometime. All of us Upper Sephiroth. I have an announcement to the Sephiroth of the upper layer. The mental corruption levels of the control team's employees exceeded the maximum threshold.
And just what did the other Sephiroth do in the meantime? Sit and watch? The control team has failed to handle the ordeals. Supplement the staff immediately and suppress the ordeals. I will ask for support from the other departments. Complete a dusk ordeal. That's gonna be like a long time in the future, though. 'Cause I don't think I'm even close to when that's supposed to happen yet. Assembly summons. E. Hiring one more employee.
Tatiana! Aww.
Her hair's slightly lighter than mine. Now we've got this thing. You. Go investigate. Oh, wait. Grandma! Somebody needs to do attachment with Grandma. You. And then instinct. You. And then instinct. Not you. Insight. You. Huh? Why did you just walk away? Go use it. What? Can you not use it because you don't have a weapon? Alright. Wait. None of them have weapons. Alright. Well, we can't do anything about that thing yet. Wanna get that gun. And this gun. We already have all the sticks we can get from that, so... Alright, repression, basil. Instinct Tatiana. Order usage you. Can't really do anything, though, because, well, you don't have a weapon. Alright. Workday complete. We need to give these guys some equipment. Our founder, A, has said this to me many a time. Each successful experiment makes you a better person. The greatness of this company was founded on the multitudes of trials and hardships. So you too shall become great. Each day in the company is another small experiment toward shaping your life for the better. How has your day been today? Well, of course it was fine. Let's spare the pleasantries, no? Manager, how has your life been? It could be better. I cannot see the color of your life as you do. While I am unable to console you with empty words such as "that's not true," many things will change while you are here, that much is clear. This is a simple metaphor, but
The seed of a tree will not grow just anywhere. It requires fertile soil, the right temperature, and fresh water. However, most seeds fall on barren soil. For those malfallen seeds, stretching out their roots and sprouting even small leaves are challenges full of pain. I cannot provide you with water or sunlight. However, I will do my best to tend to the soil.
Maritza. Welcome. Right, Egoist. You shall get solitude, penitence. No, you solitude. You penitence. Penitence. Soda. Penitence. Alright. Begin day 5 management. Now then. Pause. So, you use this. You go see Grandma. You go get an open can of Will Cheers. And you go pray to one sin and hundreds of good deeds. I'm sorry, how do we use this? Did it break? Wait, there it goes. Ah. Alright, you again. Okay, not you. You. Pause. You go work with Grandma. You go do some insight. And... you go do some repression. Employee's already en route, so we don't need to worry about that. Get another solitude. Oh! Utilize the abnormality to fortify an ego weapon. This will consume a small amount of the facility's currently collected energy. More attachment with Grandma. Ooh. The fortified weapon will have higher attack power. However, there's a possibility of losing the ego during fortification process. Uh-oh. You go get attached to Grandma. For some reason, my throat hurts. Huh. Archetype 5 is now complete. Oop. So, onwards. Oh. However, the curse continues eternally, never broken. The more blood it has, the more beautiful it is. Please eat my dreams. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, how many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick? Alright. As you are aware, there are numerous employees working for our company. A majority of them would like to know more about you as a person. Some will take the initiative and try to approach you first. It's rather funny. Knowing who you are will not do anything to improve their odds.
There are no regulations to prevent them from coming all the way to your office to interact with you face to face, unfortunately. It seems the one who set those rules in place did not consider situations like this. And I suppose this may be a good opportunity for you to show them that you are generous and caring enough to have chit-chats with your subordinates. Word tends to travel faster than you think. I will not stop you from meeting with someone, if there are employees who wish to visit you. But please keep in mind that you do not have to do everything they ask of you. Simply thank them for their effort. Tell them you hope that they will keep up the good work. That will benefit both parties, don't you think? Are you still following me? What we need, is a gesture of goodwill and nothing more. Do not go overboard and listen to whatever nonsense they have to say. Give them a vending machine, and next they will come knocking, demanding a bar. I expect you to make the right decision. Alright.
Time to meet Yesud. Mr. Purple Viper.
Alright. Basil goes down here. Jung Young Suk. I hope I pronounced that right. Galina. Hiring one more. Firenze. I think it's Firenze. Alright. After this day, I'm going to probably end stream. Oh no, it's you. You do attachment. You do insight. Instinct. And... you get your weapon strengthened again. No, you don't. Because we don't have any Enkephalon yet. Yep, but now we need to go back in with some insight, right? Well, I'm not wrong, so instinct, you attachment shall be done with you. More repression with you. Uh-oh. Oh no, it's the Green Dawn. Okay. None of the new hires should be sent to deal with that. None of the new hires can handle it. Not cancel that. And no employees died. Well, ending day. Yep. You know what? I don't actually fully remember what day the thing happens, so I'm just gonna go ahead where the, like, blood gore thing happens, so I'm just gonna go ahead and real quickly put that on now. Put that content label warning on now. There we go. Please eat my dreams. The energy outpour of our facility is ever increasing. You have proven that you are much more capable than you originally perceived yourself to be. The High Echelon is watching you. Our founder, A, is among them. What do you know about A? A, he is a visionary. A farmer who sowed seeds on a virgin soil no one had approached before. In time, he may express interest in meeting you in person. If that happens, you will be able to make your dreams come true. Myself, well, of course, I highly admire him. But to be fair, he is the one who created me. Okay, so it's not yet. Alright. Alright. We don't need that content warning yet. We're not there. He is also an enigmatic person. I imagine there are a few who can truly understand him. In fact, to truly understand anyone is difficult. Will the day come that I understand you completely? Manager, you are the head of this corporation. You are supposed to set an example for others, but that outfit would warrant at least 10 penalty points in our department. The manager should be no exception. However, the rules state that a sufferer has no authority to impose penalty points on the manager, so I must let you off for now. I am Yesed, the sufferer of the information team. The information team is in charge of processing and archiving all the data of our company. New information is generated every day, and we need to ensure that the information is accurate. So we must concentrate and focus on our job at all times. It may be compared to a massive biblioteca. A single bit of misinformation could lead to an uncontrollable disaster. I'm sure you can understand the gravity of my work. Every slither of the information that you read contains the despair and the desperation of our employees. Please do not think lightly of that information. It seems you are curious about my outfit. I have an aversion to exposing any part of my body. I don't exactly remember when I started feeling this way, but it's likely that I've been this way even before I joined the company.
Yeah, so do you have any spare paper? Our department could use some. Netzak, the rules state that we are not supposed to trade resources between teams. It should be in the very first page of the Sephiroth manual. Alright. Stop giving me that sharp look, Mr. Viper. Well, I'm heading out. Not in the mood to get bitten today. What are you trying to say with that expression of yours? Is this entertaining to you? Does the nickname make you laugh? My apologies. I overreacted a bit. The other Sephiroth simply use my nickname as a joke, but others use it in a more serious manner. I know there are many employees who genuinely despise me. Nicknames may be a childish thing, but there is no better way to describe a person in such few words. I personally like my nickname. What's your opinion, manager? I like the sound of it. It seems we are in agreement then. I should get going now. I need to finish today's work. Oh, and I must send you the next assignment. Complete 4 instinct works. That should be easy. Expend information. Expand information. Ugh. Well. I guess I'm gonna end today's stream here. So, let me close the game. There we go. So, thank you all for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow for my collab with Swimming Link. So, yeah. Why can you see 2 of me? Why is there 2 of me still? There's a big me and a little me. Alright. Oh, there it goes. My stream's just that far behind. Okay. Oh, whatever. Anyways. Thank you all for watching. My name is Dolly Molly Nanika, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.